Hi everyone, welcome to my 32-week update on my pregnancy. We're getting ever closer, so we have just 2 months left to go until delivery, or less or more. But I feel like now it's getting to the point where it's 8-ish weeks, because it could be anywhere around the 40-week mark. But we're getting really down there on time, so it's really exciting. We've been doing a lot of work in the nursery. It's almost done being painted. We have some more trim to do, and then we can start moving furniture in there. And then I have a little extra decorative painting that I want to do in there, but we probably will wait until we kind of establish exactly where we want it first. But it's getting really close to being done and looking pretty awesome. And as far as baby this week goes, again, we're still around that same size range. So we haven't really changed much. It's 2.5 to 3.8 pounds. So staying there for this month. But development wise, still just the same as it has been. Getting a little bit smarter. Lungs are still developing somewhat. If he were to be born now, we'd have a very good chance of survival, but it would still be a little early. Probably have a hard time breathing. But progress grows. He's maybe turned head down. It's probably looking to getting more towards positioning ready for delivery. So that's kind of exciting. I think he's head down. I think he has been head down, because usually I feel most of my kicks up in above my belly button. So I feel like he's probably been in this position for quite a while. But I am starting to notice more rolling movements from him instead of kicks and jabs. So I think he's probably getting a little bit more cramped in there. Doesn't really have quite as much room to really get those good strong kicks in there, and probably spinning around a little bit more, and I'm just noticing it because I can really feel it when he starts spinning. I've actually had some kicks up in my ribs, but not that often, so I wouldn't say he's tucked up in there or anything. But mostly all along this range. And just a lot of rolling movements, which is kind of different. It's just really this past week that I've noticed that big difference. Still having pretty bad heartburn. It's pretty frequent too. I usually get it every day, or close to that. So today I had it for a little while this afternoon, but it didn't last very long and didn't stay. So that was a big difference as opposed to Monday, whereas I had it all afternoon long, and I literally thought I was going to throw up at one point, which I didn't, but it was pretty bad and pretty uncomfortable. So it's kind of varies day to day. Sometimes it's worse than others, but that's been pretty constant. Hi, Rusty. So otherwise, symptoms-wise, it's just more of the same. I feel like the heartburn's picked up, but back pain's still off and on. I have been getting more uncomfortable in general. Just my belly feels a lot tighter and more stretched out, and just kind of uncomfortable. Even just sitting down at meetings at work today, we're sitting for a long time, and I kept having to shift positions because it's just not comfortable to sit at a table for me right now. So that's kind of all that I've really noticed symptoms-wise. No major changes, but we do have an appointment next Monday, so I'll get to see how much weight I've gained, which hopefully isn't too much, and see how he's doing. He's actually just rolling around right now. I need to talk to them a little bit about if I will have another ultrasound, and if so, when that will be. So I'm not really sure on that. I know sometimes they do a later ultrasound to check position and growth rate, but I haven't had anything mentioned to me. I don't know if that's something my practice does. So that is something I will need to find out sooner rather than later. I did find out today that I have time off for my Ma's class that I'm hoping to take. We're going to plan on doing a one-day class as opposed to a multi-week class, because my husband works such a varied schedule. It would be really hard for us to fit in a nightly class every week, because he may or may not be able to attend. He works till 10 most nights, and the nights that he's off changes every week. And some weeks he doesn't get any days off, and some weeks he gets several. So it's too hard for us to really work it in. So we're doing basically an all-day session, and then there's 2 additional classes that I can take that are included in the registration fee for this class that I will schedule at my convenience on infant, like basic infant care and breastfeeding. And those would be included in the multi-week course, but because there's a limited amount of time in the all-day course, we'll take those at a later time. It also means that we won't get as much hands-on, like practicing skills as we would, but I think it'll be okay, and I'd much rather us both be together for it than to have to do a multi-week and have him come sometimes, but most of the time he'd be alone. So I do need to still register for it, but I'm hoping that I can call them tomorrow to get it all set up. Getting approved for time off from work was the first step. So hopefully we'll have that all settled, which is really good. We're still working on the daycare issue, which the biggest problem right now is just that there are some days during the summer that I'm going to be working till 8:30 at night, and we don't really have anyone to watch him from 5:30 when daycare closes to 8:30. So we're still trying to work that out, hoping that I can work something out with the daycare I really like, as opposed to having to do a daycare I don't like as much just because of scheduling conflicts. But either way, we will be having to try and figure that out soon. So that's really kind of it for this week. It hasn't been too eventful, besides the shower, but hopefully you guys already saw that video. If not, go check it out. I have both a shower video, a baby haul of everything I got, and the prepping video my husband took of him getting ready for the shower and working on painting the nursery. So check both of those out if you haven't already. So I'll go ahead and show off my belly, which I know is steadily getting bigger. It's actually, I feel like the rate of change is slower now than it was before, but it is definitely still growing. He's still got quite a bit of growing to do, so we will definitely get quite a bit bigger before we're done. But on the upside, though, it is starting to get warmer out, and we're starting to see signs of spring. It was in the 50s today, which was a really nice change. It snowed just a couple days ago, but luckily it's pretty much all melted already. We actually went out with Josh and me, and we took Rusty for a walk today, which was really nice. It was really nice weather for it. And Rusty had fun, and we all got really tired. Josh is actually taking a nap right now, which you'd think would be something I would be doing, but honestly I'm pretty tired too. I haven't really been doing consistent, regular exercise throughout this pregnancy, which is recommended, but I also do have a very physical job. I am on my feet all day, walking all day, and I hose, and I shovel things, and I rake things. So it's not the same as if I were sitting around all day. I'm definitely fairly active throughout the day. So I haven't felt like I don't get exercise, but they do recommend that you do continue exercising throughout your pregnancy. It's pretty important. You just need to do low impact exercise, something that doesn't raise your heart rate too high. So I felt like a nice afternoon walk was really good for that. Got a little tiring going up some of the hills, but I still managed okay. It wasn't a very long walk, but it was still nice to get out and enjoy the weather. So, okay, so I almost forgot. Our fruit this week is a spaghetti squash. My little app thing just actually says squash, which isn't that helpful. Spaghetti squash is a little bit bigger than a pineapple, though. Might be a little bit too big, but still, you know, like I've said before, every week, this is just kind of a fun little visual guide, and they aren't super accurate. So this is our spaghetti squash baby for this week. But that's kind of it. I don't have a lot of other stuff for this week. So I hope you guys come back and check out my videos next week. I'll have one posted early next week, and then my next update video next Thursday. So thanks for coming out and watching, and feel free to stop back in.